Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Desi again. Just wanted to talk to you all. Last night I had this crazy vivid dream, and I felt like there was some really good healing afterwards. And I just wanted to talk about it. I'm still trying to figure out what this channel actually where it's heading. Obviously, I love talking about manifesting, using your imagination to manifest. I also just want it to be a place to inspire, place to be vulnerable, maybe talk about some things I've never talked about before through my healing journey. And so I guess this would be one of those things. Um, so just hang with me. I think it's a good story. We'll get to a moral at the end, hopefully, and hopefully this will help somebody. So last night when I was sleeping, I had this dream that I was back home in my family's old house when I was a kid. And I was in this, basically my bedroom. And I woke up hearing like this baby crying like outside my window. So I went, the window was cracked open and I was like peering out and I couldn't see anything. It was just, could hear the baby crying. I was looking and then I heard a shush and it stopped. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to bed. And this felt so real to me. I felt like, I'm in this moment, feeling it as like me as a kid, but I was in my human body or my adult body, I should say. So I laid back in bed and then I heard something rustling under my bed. So I got up to look and, I probably would have never done that as a kid. I just put my head under the covers, but I guess maybe since I was in my adult body, I was like being brave. So I looked under there, swiped at some toys, couldn't find anything. Then I felt the need, I had to check the closet. So I went to the closet, checked it, and nothing was there. And I turned around, I could see like in my mind's eye that there was like something behind me. So I like turned around, like taking a swing at like the closet, to the monster in the closet, type of feeling, and nothing was there. So I was like, man, this is insane. So I go to lay back down and I pull the quilt back. It was like a old quilt that we used to have with patterns all over it. And as I pull it back, there's this like stuffed sheep on the bed. And I said, hey, Mr. Sheep. And I don't ever remember having a sheep stuffed animal as a kid, but all of a sudden this thing animated and it started running around the bedroom and then it like hopped in a crib, like on the other side of the bed or at the end of the bed. And I was like, oh, I was like, this must be bad if Mr. Sheep ain't even going to sleep with me tonight. And so I went and I grabbed him and put him in like a headlock and was like, had Mr. Sheep, he was all like wrestling around to get out of my arms. I'll tell you, this dream was wild. So I got him back in the bed and I'm like, all right, Mr. Sheep, tell me what is happening. And he's like, And I was like, you're going to tell me. I was like, if you tell me, I was like, I'll give you everything you want for the rest of your life. So I like let him go out of the headlock and he's like, the rest of my life. And like he rolled on his back and I'm like petting his like furry stuffed animal belly. And I was like, yep, for the rest of your life. And he goes, okay. And he started to speak out his mouth. And then all of a sudden I woke up and I was like, what the hell was all that? And so I started thinking about it. First I tried going back to bed and I couldn't. I was wide awake. So I started thinking about it and I was like, well, these are like fears that I had as a little kid. Obviously, monster under the bed and closet and stuff. And I remember when pulling the blanket back, I thought of like, oh, Freddy's going to get me. That was another thought that I had because for some reason my parents let us watch the Nightmare on Elm Street movies when we were kids. And I don't know why any parent would do that. But anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. So as I'm thinking, I just closed my eyes and I imagine myself being in that room again. And I grabbed a pillow and I imagined my little self. And I said, little buddy, you don't ever have to worry and be afraid anymore. I'll be the dad you always wanted. I'll be your best friend. And from now on, we could go forward in strength. And I was like, if you want, we could leave the light on. And like the light popped on in the room in my imagination. And then for about like 10 seconds, I just like had hot tears like rolling down my eyes. And I just felt really loved, like I was giving this love to my younger kid self. And, it was a beautiful moment. And afterwards, I was just full of emotion and and wide awake still. And so I decided I would just get up and do like an audio text and get all this down. And I do that with a lot of dreams when they're that vivid, because a lot of time I can't make out what's going on. So I'll go back and try to understand maybe what's happening later in the dream, to try to maybe dig behind the curtain, or to see what's going on in my subconscious mind, see the man behind the mask or whatever. I don't know, however you want to say it. But I felt like this was a full circle kind of journey that I had within a matter of sleeping that night. And so it was really beautiful. In the end, I didn't get back to bed for like 2 hours, but anyways, I just wanted to say, this healing journey that we're on, who knows where it's going to take us, or where it goes, but healing happens in unusual moments. I think as long as we're like ready to be there for ourselves and be open and vulnerable, all of these experiences could lead to some beautiful moments. And I felt very ecstatic today and very happy and elated, and so that's just what it is, I guess. That was my story for the day. I just thought I'd put that out there. Like I said, not for sure what this channel actually is going to be, but we're definitely going to get back into more manifesting and through the imagination, and maybe some guided meditations coming up. But I'm just kind of rolling with the punches now, and seeing what happens. So until next time, I love you all, and keep fighting that good fight, and let's make this world a better place together.